The Broncos are just arriving in Kansas City tonight, probably getting cozy, waiting for the Yule log to be lit. Tonight in Boulder, this thing is going to be bigger than a Justin Bieber concert, bigger than watching Britney Spears lip sync in Las Vegas. Folsom Field is sold out. It was the night before the Broncos and the Patriots and all through the Rockies. What? What? Is this too much? Is this too much? All right. Is that better? I don't care. I'm going anyway. Now, if it's Sunday night at Denver 7, that can only mean one thing. Broncos insider Troy Rank is here, and also the one and only Woody Page here at 123 Spear. 21 years ago, Ann Trujillo was 13, attending her first Colorado Avalanche hockey.
That's true.
14.
Okay.
1995 was the year the NHL landed in Denver.
If you don't hear from me or Jeff Howe, first call is to Alcatraz. Back here in the studio.
Thank you, Troy. It looks a lot like Dirty Hold on a second. 415 area code, Molly? Voicemail. It was another NFL Sunday, but the Broncos, they had the day off. They played on Thursday, so that means they didn't play today. Well, that's sports. I'll see you next week. Just kidding. Just kidding. Now, if you've been out all day fighting the crowds for one of those hatchable things, or maybe a Cabbage Patch Kid, or a rock in a leather pouch, you probably didn't realize there were 12 NFL games today, and one in particular that would affect the Broncos' playoff chances. If the Bills could beat the Dolphins, that would help. Bills could win it in overtime, but Dan Carpenter goes Scott Norwood wide right from 45 yards. Then Miami gets their chance to win it, and Andrew Franks, good from 27. Dolphins win 34-31. They could get a wild card if the Broncos lose tomorrow to the Chiefs. Broncos fans also hoping the Lowly Jags to beat the Titans in Jacksonville, and they did. Tennessee also lost their quarterback. Marcus Mariota broke his right leg on this sack. Wow, what a loss. The Jags, they dominate those Titans 38-17. In New England, the Patriots took another step closer to home field throughout the playoffs. Classic New York Jets. Everybody but the center was called for a false start. Even the referee is laughing. Can the Jets be relegated to the Canadian Football League immediately? The Pats humiliate Gang Green 41-3. They all hurt, and this was an all-around team loss last night in San Diego. Every phase struggled. The offense was anemic, both running and passing the football, and the defense played well enough to keep the Broncos in it, but not well enough to win. A season-high 12 penalties, that didn't help matters either. It was brutal. For the second straight week, the Broncos defense gave up an opening drive touchdown. Then the Chargers followed up with that 7-minute scoring drive with a 10-minute drive that ended with a field goal. The Broncos offense had just one first down in the first quarter. These slow starts are killing Denver right now. And interim head coach Joe DeCamillis, he couldn't hide his frustration.
I'm sick to my stomach, man. I don't, it's sickening.
Really help us a lot.
Penalties and mistakes. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, Coach DeCamillis, he met with the media this morning, and we have an update on when Gary Kubiak is going to be back at work. Top 25 hockey over at Magnus Arena. Number 3 DU and 18th ranked Omaha. Pio's down 2-0 in the second, but they make a play. Tarek Hammond sees Tyler McClellan backdoor tape to tape in the back of the net. 2-1 Mavs. But wait, there's more. Denver power play. Henrik Borgstrom is deadly with a coho. Puts this one where Grandma keeps the schnapps. Now that's a shot. It's tied at 2. Pioneers with tenacious forechecking. Dylan Gambrell buries it. DU scored 4 times in the second period. Pios, they are winners tonight, 5-3. This might be the greatest flop. By greatest, I mean worst flop of all time. Oregon's Dylan Brooks. His delayed reaction is priceless. I haven't seen acting this bad. Jean-Claude Van Damme, well, in anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Brooks, no. He scored 19 points in the Ducks' win, but unfortunately, that is not going to be what anybody remembers about last night's game.
Not good.
Oh, there I go.
That's a fail. That's a fail.
Double impact, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Worse acting than that, though. Highlands Ranch native Troy Terry is having the best week ever. 2 days ago, his goal won the World Junior Hockey Championship for Team USA. This morning, the 19-year-old was back in Colorado with his DU Pioneer teammates.
7th round, Team USA with a chance to win it now.
After scoring 3 shootout goals against Russia to get the Americans into the championship game,
Troy Terry again! Team USA will play for gold!
The kid from Highlands Ranch, skating and scoring his way into USA hockey folklore.
Americans are World Junior Hockey Champions!
It's been crazy.
just to be able to win it with those guys, and just the way it happened, and and all the crazy support I've gotten on it and social media and everything. It's been pretty awesome just to see how many people supported us and supported USA Hockey.
Troy's Twitter feed has been full of supportive tweets from NHLers like TJ Oshie and Ryan Kessler. But it was an exchange with his namesake, Dallas Cowboys Hall of Famer Troy Aikman, that really hit home.
Before the tournament, they asked me something about why I love the Cowboys so much, and I mentioned that my dad named me after Troy Aikman, actually, and I guess they released it after that first shootout, so he must have saw it and sent me a tweet. So that was pretty nice of him, and it definitely made me and my dad happy.
Even his coach at DU couldn't help but root for the red, white, and blue.
I'm Canadian, and when it comes to hockey, I'm red and white, but I was cheering for USA the whole tournament, and especially when they played Canada. I mean, when you're close to someone and he's a great kid like he is, it's hard not to cheer for him.
Oh, it's weird to wear cage. The sophomore was back at home with his teammates this morning, and they were giving him the business.
I mean, these guys are my best friends, and I know they were so happy for me, and just to be able to come back and see those guys, and just how they received me yesterday was pretty awesome.
And the fact that he's a homegrown Colorado kid has just made this experience that much sweeter.
I've gotten so much support about how people say I made Colorado proud, or stuff like that really makes me happy, and just to know that people from the state that I love are noticing and proud and supported me was pretty cool.
A great sense of pride for everyone in our program, and just really happy for him that and it's going to benefit him for the rest of his life. It's going to benefit his teammates. It's going to benefit us as we march on through the rest of the season.
I don't know that I deserve all this attention, but it's been pretty awesome.